All right, we're back once again. It's gonna be a long weekend from the looks of it here, and it looks like not that many people have showed up just yet. We'll see what happens with this. Hopefully, everyone who is here, even though it's two of you, hopefully you too are doing well. We're dealing with a yet another severe event. This one is bimodal, actually. The one to the north has the most tornado potential out of the two. And we also have a chance for severe thunderstorms, maybe some large hail to the southern sector, which is here. This is also going to be a precursor to what's ahead for Saturday here. So it's going to get interesting. It's going to be a very active weekend as we move further and further ahead here. Make sure you're hitting that like button if you're new and hitting that subscribe button as well. Hopefully we can get out to some people here. All right. Oh, they made some changes here. The new Radar Omega update just came in as well, so that's pretty interesting here. Knew something was up. Oh, and wow, these are barely moving too. These are moving at only 5 miles an hour. And these are also getting some pretty big hail with them too. From what I saw in the hodographs and the SQTs, these look like they were going to be very photogenic tornadoes too. So I'm interested as to what we could see from storm chasers throughout the evening here. We have Brandon Kopic we can look at right now, and he's heading right to the storm here. Some dust being kicked up as well.
Strong southeasterly. Lots of cows. Moo.
Oh. We're down to one tornado warning now. We originally had two. I think one storm has weakened below, has lost its rotation in the meantime. Uh-oh. Can we not switch a radar anymore? Wait, there we go. Already got a tennis size hail report with this too. This storm looks interesting over here. I do think that these other storms to the south are going to mess with its inflow though. So ultimately, I think this storm might be done unless it continues to branch off a bit. It's just a little too messy right now. The one south of it though could get interesting. Could get active here. Looks like they put a new polygon out for this storm. And there's a tornado warning on Discord to go with it. That's the notification you just heard, by the way, folks. This is pretty much the overall picture of the northern mode here. I'll go ahead and take a look at the southern mode as well, and we'll kind of go from that point. It's nothing but a bunch of severe, or not really a bunch of severe thunderstorms. It's really just one that's over towards Sherman, Texas here right now. Could be a couple of bigger ones here. I'll keep an eye on these ones to the south. There is a 2% tornado threat over here as well. But for the most part, I think we're mainly going to see wind and hail. It's going to be a pretty equal threat Further up towards the north is where we could see probably the largest hail for sure. Thanks to everyone that's voting so far, by the way. Appreciate you guys a bunch. Better look at the storm structure.
What the heck's happening back there?
Brandon's screen
behind that rain shaft. Like scuds rising
Look
up
at that
quick.
base. It also looks
Just
like
the
a
cooler air on
pretty
the
heavy
backside
rain,
of the storm.
pretty high
Well,
precipitation
that's
supercell here.
base.
It's pretty base though. Anything that you see from this storm is going to be pretty photogenic. It looks like for the most part. You got to find a way into the clear slot. That's going to be the main thing. Must have the window open. Cars are being heard loud and clear. That mic is also very crisp. I guess while we're at it, I'll go ahead and take a look at some reports. Spotter driving a semi. How about that? It's probably more common than you think. I haven't heard too many cases of it, but it's possible. Spotter driving a semi on Highway 6 ran into storm that had hail ranging from ping pong to tennis ball size. Time approximated by radar. This storm here looks a little bit interesting. This might be the next one to keep an eye on. I don't think there's going to be a long window for tornadoes tonight. I think it's going to be rather short, but we'll see what happens with this. Also, if anyone is just tuning in, make sure you're hitting that like button, also smashing that subscribe button, and furthermore, also let me know how the stream is doing as far as its connection is concerned. I've been working really hard lately to get that fixed up because the last couple times have been a little rough. I know, so if anybody could give me an update on that, that would be awesome. Let's report a $50 size with this storm from earlier. It's over towards Red Cloud. We still have our one tornado warning over towards McCook right now. That is barely moving. Also has golf ball size hail too. Looks like this is the storm that Brandon's going to be on. It's the same one that Vince is currently on. Man, this is surprising considering what the skew tees look like. They looked like it was going to be, they made it look like it was going to be more of a photogenic type event, but this one definitely is a high precipitation supercell. It's going to be hard to really pick up on anything here. So getting a view of this might be a challenge. Not gonna lie. This storm does have some rotation on it. We'll see what this does. I think this might have been the one that had the tornado warning earlier. We'll see what happens with it. These other storms here that have special weather statements, I think mainly the concern is wind, probably hail. Then after that, probably going to mostly see a mesoscale convective system or possibly even a line of storms begin to occur here. So we'll see what happens with this as well. Both of these are also outlined for hail too. Nickel-sized hail to be exact. And then, of course, we also have to watch for a possible tornado since we're in this tornado watch still. The cool thing about these storms is they aren't really moving. Brandon's getting closer.
Definitely looks scuddylicious.
Scuddylicious.
See all that rising scud you were talking about on the backside of the rain shaft over there on the left?
Scud
Yeah,
cloud
it
that
was
he's
wild.
talking about is this right here, where I'm waving the cursor around at. See it rising up into the storm here. That's indicative of inflow. You see it being pushed away from the storm and away from the clouds. That's a sign of outflow and often will lead to either strong damaging winds or a weakening storm. Some really low scud cloud right there, but watch, it's eventually going to rise up into the storm as time goes on. It's not going to do it rapidly.
LOL, new supercell developing around 70.
Guess we're not getting out to anyone tonight. Sheesh. Storm's a big hailer too, but I don't know if it's going to hold out for a super long time here. I think earlier when I was on the way home, it was looking a little bit more impressive here. Like it got going and then she stalled out after that. And since there's not many people on, I'm going to probably just dig through Radar Omega in the meantime, see what the new updates are. Oh, they have fire weather warnings now. That's pretty cool. It's not too far away from what we had previously. I think the changes are probably more so to satellite and model data, maybe. We aren't going to change anything here. I'm just going to keep it where we are for right now. Everyone's
watching
caught
for
up to
now,
the storm now. Let's see what he's got to show.
as one would expect.
Definitely has gone full on HP here. Very shocking in comparison to what the hodograph is.
Because if that one
Photographs
down
were
near
showing
70
earlier.
starts popping, I
I
will
actually have
ditch
one
this
that I
thing in
can
a
pull up
heartbeat.
right now. It's sent to one of
This
our
thing is
from one of our
showing
people on
no
Discord.
indication of trying to get attacked together.
One of my mods actually.
It just keeps having these mergers, and that's causing big problems.
Switch over screens for just a moment here. Might have blacked out for just a moment. If it did, I apologize. Just give me about 5 seconds. But yeah, usually when you see a SQT like this, you probably will see it being a little bit more clear around that clear slot with the storm here. Only problem is the precipitable water here. This little indicator right here that says PW is actually pretty high. It says 1.71, so that's usually a good indicator of high precip. Big surprise though, still, to see it all around the updraft here. Still holding on to its rotation though, which is pretty impressive here. Gonna go back to Radar Omega now, and we'll go from that point. Let's go ahead and look at the velocity again. Rotation even looks a little bit more broad, like it's struggling, so it's not a real surprise there. We'll see what happens with it from this point, but I think that eventually we're going to lose this one. I'm still interested in this storm here. Let's switch radar sites to get a better look at the any potential rotation with this one. This one's starting to fall off too pretty quickly. This one has decent rotation, nothing incredible. Yeah, it's not much really left here already. That didn't take long at all. The window is closing just about as quick as it opened, which is good news. Got a 1-inch hail report in Texas, which is the other side of our setup here. This is over towards Denison and Sherman, which is an area we've been watching for a little bit here. We'll look at vertically integrated liquid here. Still have some pretty high values there. Then the best values, of course, are going to be over here towards Nebraska, where lapse rates are really steep. Red Cloud Storm is actually looking pretty solid. We'll see how it's doing. Like I said, these storms don't really seem to be moving a whole lot. It's probably going to end up getting a new severe thunderstorm warning on it momentarily. Of course, these are the last 7 frames too. This one looks like it just popped up as well. Yeah, these are pretty slow. May not look like it, but it's only moving at about, I would say, 5, maybe up to about 15 miles an hour at best. Yep, nailed it actually. That's pretty much the trend with all these storms. They're going to be slow movers. They're going to be also pretty photogenic, you would think. The structure is going to be very nice on them for sure. The storm over towards Minden looks pretty impressive now too. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. We'll just kind of go from that point. Some little meso discussion here as well. This is a little bit downstream from the tornado watch that's currently in effect. It's a 40% chance of watch issuance. So more than likely, if it does end up becoming a watch, this will most likely be a severe thunderstorm watch instead of a tornado watch. It's a little less favorable, which is no surprise here. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty isolated area where things are going to be the most ideal for any sort of severe storms. But trends, of course, will have to be monitored in the short term. We're about smack dab in the middle of the slight risk, which was mainly in effect for central Nebraska here, which is no surprise. So here is the other mesoscale discussion I just saw. This has an even lower chance of wash issuance. Instability is a little bit questionable, but it still looks like it's favorable enough. The stronger area definitely seems to be more here, so this is where the probably the most dangerous storms are going to end up still being. In fact, speaking of dangerous, this had an 80-mile-per-hour wind gust along with it, so it's pretty significant. 81 miles an hour. CWAP station, 9.5 miles southwest of McCook. This McCook storm is cutting up here, despite it not producing a tornado immediately right now. It is looking a little bit better on radar too. So go to the Goodland radar. Not the greatest view of it, but it still looks pretty solid. Rotation's still pretty broad according to the radar site here. It's not really a lot I can look at as far as radar here. Nebraska is not known for having the best radar site, or best radar coverage, I should say. I think the best view I'll have is probably from here, from just north of North Platte here. Even then, it's still questionable. I'm gonna try one other radar site. Yeah, none of these are really giving a great picture. Hey, buddy, R. Oh, we're up to 6 likes. Nice. Appreciate you guys. Oop. It's a pretty big hailer right here as well. It's slated for ping pong ball size hail. The main story is, of course, this one storm here. Waiting to see exactly what this ends up doing. Still has a pretty good hail core in it. Like, vertically integrated liquid looks really good. But yeah, this is a pretty good indicator of hail right here. This is the first time I've actually used the hydrometer classification here. It's a pretty cool map as well. Bunch of different stuff we can look at on here with Radar Omega. So there's new settings here. I actually want to play around with this a little bit. Let's see what we get here. It's a pretty picture. take a look at it from 3D. Huh. So that's how that works. Oh, that's got to be a bad feeling for Brandon. He was waiting in this area, waiting for a super. He was waiting in this area for a supercell to form. Then he hopped out of there to get on this storm, and now the supercell started to form. Isn't that something? Then there's another supercell that's popped up over here, so we aren't done yet. We're far from finished, it looks like. So that's interesting. For the people that have popped in so far, you're thinking hail greater than 3 inches. That's interesting. Thing is, no one knows what could happen. I mean, the lapse rates are steep enough for anybody, for any of the outcomes to occur here. I'm kind of right down the middle with it. I wouldn't be surprised to see anything larger than 3 inches, but I'm expecting mainly probably somewhere between baseball-sized hail and a apple-sized hail. Of course, really, when you're doing forecasts, just trying to make an educated guess is probably the thing. I mean, it's a really well-educated guess, but it's still, at the end of the day, a toss-up as to what can actually happen. Even with evidence, sometimes the weather throws a curveball. Don't mind me, by the way, I'm getting a little something to drink here. Trying to keep myself hydrated throughout the evening. Getting this out of my work bag, as I just got home from work shortly before going live here. Well, everything looks like it's remaining radar indicated at the moment, though. Guess we'll just be keeping an eye out on things and going from that point. I think Brandon's dropping south now, getting away from it, because the structure doesn't even look as good as it did earlier now.
Alright guys, still watching the base right now, just a lot in question. And these storms keep ramming into it to the south, and I'm just questioning if they're going to be able to produce when it continues to have this destructive interference.
There you go. He said it. Destructive interference. I think he's going to try to jump on this storm, or maybe this one that's further off to the south here towards Gove City. That's going to be my guess here. I don't know how quick. I mean, these storms aren't moving super fast, so that's one thing that plays into his favor. I think the Gove City storm is probably his best bet. Because if you If you try to go after the Oberlin storm, I think it's going to be pretty much a similar deal. It's going to end up slamming into this storm over towards McCook. Could have its own thing going here. Could actually end up being a case where this storm kind of feeds into this storm developing. But I don't know. It's a tough choice to make. And there goes the tornado warning. It's pretty much lost its rotation. No real surprises there. It looks like Vince is probably following him. It's not fully mature yet, but it does look like it's pretty nice right now. It's in a pretty nice spot. You always want those more discrete storms. We'll give this a chance to develop, and we'll see how she ends up faring out here. This storm has a history of producing hail, so we'll go ahead and check this one out. It's a pretty good chance of hail. All right. Well, go ahead and see what else we're looking like over here on the radar. Not really a whole lot going on over here at the moment. We'll keep an eye on things, though. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on in Texas either. This could be a short stream as a result of it. We're ready to stream late if we have to, but I don't know if it's going to at the rate we're going. Okay. Special weather statement just got popped up on that supercell we were referring to. So this is where it starts. Let's see what happens from here. Say the same things over and over too, I noticed. Still got a ways to go on its evolution here. Are there going to be any storms in Alvarado, Texas? Hang on. Let me switch over to the radar site. Nope. Oh, good. You're right next to the Fort Worth site. I think everything's going to stay north of you, though. You could get a couple of storms that'll pop up around that region, but for the most part, I think you're going to be fine. I wouldn't expect anything too major on the severe side. It's mostly going to be more north. I'm going to pull up the outlooks just in case I missed something here. You said Alvarado. You're still inside that slight risk, but like I said, for the most part, I think a lot of the activity is going to remain north of you. Or at least for right now. There could be some storms that may develop to the south of you. But you might be being protected here with this cloud cover here. It's questionable still. If you were to get severe weather, my main concern would most likely be wind and hail. I don't think you would have to worry about a tornado threat. I think a lot of that probably still is going to end up being north of you. But yeah, I think you should be all right for the most part. If worst comes to worst, just keep an eye on the radar. I'm probably not going to be leaving here for a little bit, even though most of my attention will be here. If something does change, of course, I'll jump down there as well. Your sister lives in Lubbock. Lubbock shouldn't see much in the way of severe weather. Not tonight, at least. This is a watch kind of affirming that, or this is an outlook that's kind of affirming that, or mesoscale discussion as it's called. Few strong and severe storms are possible, but chance of thunderstorms will increase. But yeah, over towards Lubbock, thunderstorms are possible. Almost, I would say, maybe likely. But I still wouldn't say anything severe, for sure. All right. Nose is stuffy already. Why? Where are the tornadoes right now? There aren't any tornado warnings at the moment. Highest likelihood is going to be over here towards Kansas and Nebraska here, especially towards west central Nebraska, central Nebraska, and west central Kansas. All the tornado warnings right now, though, have expired at this point. There were a couple a little earlier, but they have since then weakened. This next storm I'm watching a little bit more closely over here towards Gove City. Yes, very good. Because down the line, the next couple of days could get a little bit more interesting. It looks more active as far as severe weather is concerned, especially Saturday. I'm a little more concerned about Saturday in particular. I'll definitely be doing a live stream then. Plus, it'll be easier since I'm not at work. I won't have to work. Why? What? Why am I more concerned about Saturday? Oh, Saturday's severe weather setup looks a lot more impressive than today's and tomorrow's setup in particular. I can kind of get into it with the Radar Omega. I'd have to switch screens around, which I could do, but try not to go away from here for a moment. But I can pull up day 3 though. But yeah, if you can see this little yellow outline here, it's a pretty large area for severe storms. So basically, like there's supposed to be a really strong low pressure center that's going to be coming over here towards Denver, and it's going to be ejecting wind out this way. Also, while at the same time, you're going to get some winds from the north here at the lower levels of the atmosphere intersecting with this, with the low bringing lift into the equation and the veering of winds here. That's why I'm thinking that there's pretty good chance of severe weather, especially towards eastern Kansas. It was just kind of just kind of giving a rough idea of what to see, of what could be seen. Could be fail parameters as well with that, and there may be a chance that it doesn't really pan out, which would be the best case scenario, but you have to be prepared for either or. And also another thing to look out for is this low pressure center right here. This is likely to become Ophelia. Anything in Texas tomorrow. If I remember correctly, I thought I saw a slight risk. I'm not entirely sure. I have to check again. Oh no, that's well north of you actually. Yeah, you don't have any. You have a chance for thunderstorms, but nothing severe. Everything's going to stay well north of you. It's all the way up towards South Dakota actually. If I remember correctly earlier, this had a no, the slight risk was always here. I got it mixed up with another day. But yeah, thunderstorms are possible in Texas again. Always during the switch of the seasons, you always have to keep an eye out for a thunderstorm risk. But yeah, mainly towards central Texas looks to be the point of interest right here, where this lime green, or maybe I don't know what shade of green to call this. I'm not a expert when it comes to colors, so you have to forgive me for that. But yeah, this really light shade of green right here is where the thunderstorm risk exists. Almost up to 10 likes. Appreciate you guys a bunch. Thank you. In Kansas, it looks bad. Yeah. This week, this whole weekend, well, outside of Friday, this weekend's going to be pretty intense for Kansas from the looks of it, if everything plays out as it's expected to. Okay, so it looks like the storm has finally decided to cycle a little bit. If it doesn't get any destructive interference going on here, this may end up producing. May give it another shot here. It's got a severe thunderstorm warning tag with ping pong ball sized hail. This storm here over towards Gove City is looking better. Could see a little bit of an inflow notch developing here as well now. Yep, that's not what I was looking to do. I was looking to hit the other button here. It's even formed a nice little area where we could see some hail with that one now as well. Is it looking bad in Texas? Not really. There's just one little cluster of storms right here that's causing a little bit of problems. Just severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly quarter-sized hail. Still can do some damage, but it's nothing. It's nothing of major concern right now. Main thing to be worried about there would be 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's if it's making it all the way to the ground. Any rotation? Well, technically all thunderstorms rotate, but it's the ones that rotate strongly that produce tornadoes. The tighter the red, or the closer the red and greens are to each other, like if they're touching in an immense manner, then you have a tornado, or you're likely to have a tornado. We're not seeing any of that there. Do you think it's going to be a nice time in McCook with that storm over there? Well, I mean, me personally, I love storms, so it's kind of weird with me. I think it would be awesome to be under that storm. Definitely need to be careful. If you're asking if it's producing a tornado right now, I would be more inclined to say no at the moment. Could it do it down the line? Maybe. A night storm in McCook could be possible. Right now, I'm leaning towards it being maybe no. Partially because of the fact that, you know, the storm is moving at 5 miles an hour, so there is a chance there are storms close to you. In Alvarado, oops. Dang it, I cannot spell today. Daggone it. In Alvarado, it looks like you're not really seeing much. I don't see too much going on in the way of storms. A little dot should be there. What's going on here? Oh, at nighttime there's storms near you. Yeah, that is true. There's a chance of storms developing over there at night. Why didn't that work? I guess I was too close to it. Radar Omega just updated on my computer, so there's a few things I'm still learning right now. At night, what time? Hang on, I'll have to look that one up. Might have to do that one off screen real quick. So don't necessarily want to leave the radar just yet, because with my luck, a tornado warning will actually pop up. But I'm gonna give this a shot here. Pivotal weather. Just give me a second here. It's moving a little slow. I think I actually could probably switch the screen without there being too much trouble. Alright, so this is what we're currently looking at on as far as your area is concerned. Actually, according to this model, there's not really much expected here. I thought you said there were gonna be storms at night. I think I misinterpreted what you were saying. I didn't know you were asking a question. I apologize for that. But yeah, it looks like for the most part the activity stays north of you. There could be a pop-up cell that tries to occur here. So we'll have to see what happens. I can look at another model just to make sure here, but this is the most up-to-date one that I can get a hold of. But yeah, it looks like for the most part all the activity is going to be staying pretty much off to the north of you. So I think tonight you're good. Maybe tomorrow, no. Nothing really standing out in your area. I think you should be good all the way into the weekend, honestly. Yep. Did we get a tornado warning? No, we didn't. I was about to say. Whenever this turns red in the corner here, that means there's a tornado warning. Yep, indeed you do have school tomorrow. Not sure what your age is though, so can't say for sure. But that being said though, yeah, weather shouldn't be too much of a factor in regards to that. If you're in Nebraska, maybe a different story. Nah, this storm's going outflow dominant now. Yeah, they're off of that for sure. Even this storm doesn't look that great. Well, hello, Baconator. Finally got here after 10,000 years. But yeah, you should be fine though, Debbie. No, nothing to worry about. As always, you know it. They're always out there tag teaming. It's rare that they're not together. Vince wasn't gonna make that trek all the way up to Maine for Lee, but yeah. Well, it's nice to meet you, Cash. Well, as the channel name says, my name's Ty. It's nice to meet you. Happy to make your acquaintance. So now the votes changed to tennis ball size hill. That's interesting. I really think, well, actually anyone who's voted tennis balls actually lost already, because anyone who voted baseball, that's the largest hail we've seen today so far. You're good, Debbie. Nice to meet you. Mohammed Zizo. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Yeah, but he's right there, Debbie. You gotta be careful with that. Fortunately, you're safe here, but you know, definitely would urge you to be very cautious. Jeez, this feels like some of that dust from work got to me a little bit. That's all right though. You're about in that 20%. Yeah, I mean, it's mainly going to be for that little cluster of storms right here. It's produced maybe one severe thunderstorm warning. I just think it's going to cause some heavy rain for you. Probably a good light show. And that's about it, Baconator. I think you're good there for tonight. Saturday's the day you need to be watching. Hopefully you make it for that one. Because actually, while it's not a 331 type of deal, it is bimodal like 331, which is interesting. Are you going to go out with your uncle and chase it? Ooh, definitely get some photos if you can then. Because I think that would be pretty sick. Also, regardless of whether you're chasers or not, give your uncle my regards, of course. Also, don't get any crazy ideas, people, about chasing tornadoes. Baconator's uncle is actually a trained storm chaser, so yeah, don't think that I'm just condoning that some random person just go out and chase tornadoes. The guy's professional. So yeah, Skywarn trained and all. And then some. Oh, good. Be happy to see you here, Debbie. Welcome to the family. Hopefully you enjoy the ride. And I wasn't trying to give his identity away now, or give them too many hints, because I think I know who it is. I could probably even find his name, but obviously I'm not gonna put his name out here, even if there's only like 5 people watching. Obviously, I'm not trying to impede on anyone's privacy. Somebody's happy living a quiet life, I will not stop them from doing so. I'll do that later, maybe. I might not. I might forget. I'm just going to be honest. But either way, I'm pretty sure I know who he is. Oh, I forgot to take off the day 2 outlook. Whoops. Sorry, folks. Let's turn everything off anyway. What do I think for Saturday? Depends on what you're asking me. When you say what I'm thinking for Saturday, you think there's going to be do I think there's going to be tornadoes? Do I think there's going to be a larger outbreak or anything like that? But yeah, so many questions. There's so many different, everything. Shoot, for Saturday, I think the ceiling's pretty high for Saturday, to be honest. I mean, when I looked at it this morning, when I did the video, I noticed that low-level jet, the 850s were pushing in a slight, almost northwest type motion, with the trough kind of pushing from a little bit more of a northeast or east-northeast type of vector here. So with the sufficient moisture return of seeing like dew points around 60 to 65, some 70s even, definitely things look like they're starting to come together. That trough really starts to deepen a lot more as we get towards Saturday anyway, so timing is going to really be a key. So yeah, it's questionable. It's questionable as to what could happen, but I'm thinking I think we're going to see a lot of severe storms. Tornadoes are still questionable. I didn't necessarily get to take a good look at the lapse rates, and that's one thing that I'm missing towards the puzzle there. Like, once the stream's over, I'll probably start to take a look at it, since I haven't really gotten a look at the model since lunchtime. The 18Z runs haven't come in just yet. But yeah, right now I'm not super duper clear on the tornado threat, but it's definitely there. It's not a zero. It's not a no tour risk by far. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 5% at least, or at the very most, with potential for it to be upgraded. If you, well, I think a lot of people in the South could say it's pretty hot this summer, including me, because I had to work in it. So I know where you're coming from, Debbie. I'll put it to you like this: working outside, I wasn't dark before the summer started. I wasn't this dark before the summer started, even though I have my fair share of melanin as it is. One thing I do know is that my eye is itching. I wonder if Brandon's gonna jump on that storm there, or if they're reluctant to just give up on that storm to the north. Personally, I think that a lot of these storms that are off to the south here are going to start doing the same thing that with this storm. They're just going to start colliding into one another, and it's going to keep this storm from producing. Really, I think the best chance is going to be with this storm off to the south here, but it's taking its sweet time getting organized. Yeah, parameters here aren't quite as favorable as up to the north, I would say. We'll see what happens with that. Is it worth letting friends know about Saturday? Well, I mean, yeah, but it depends on how you word it. I think wording is very important when it comes to severe weather. If you're going to warn somebody about it, say, hey, there's a chance of a couple tornadoes. I wouldn't necessarily hype it up and say that it's a guaranteed outbreak. It definitely looks like there could be multiple tornadoes. But yeah, you have to be careful wording that. But also, you don't want to annoy people to the point where it's like, man, I don't care about this. I'm not going to take any action. So it's a tough game to play. But me personally, if I was to warn somebody saying, hey, there's a chance of severe weather tomorrow, you might want to keep your eyes open. It actually looks like it could be a bit gnarly. So hope for the best, but you never know. Just be ready in case it gets ugly. But yeah, I think that's probably the best way to word that, honestly. At least that's what I would do. I mean, just kind of figure out, you at the end of the day, you kind of have to figure out your own way to word it, of course. But yeah, I would just say, hey, weather looks like it could get a bit crazy tomorrow, so keep your eyes open. Yeah, just keep it simple, I guess. Don't go into the unless they're like into the meteorological stuff, then don't say, hey, this combined with this, and this is going to cause this, because it's just going to go straight over their head. Straight over the head, like the imaginary hat that I just threw. Probably should maybe get ready for dinner in a little bit here. Probably got enough phone charge on here too while I'm at it. Up to 13 likes. Oh yeah, Kansas City is definitely under the gun on Saturday for sure. I'll go ahead and show the day 3 outlook again, especially since it's rather quiet right now. But yeah, Kansas City's in there. for sure. Wichita's also in there if anyone's asking about that too. But yeah, this is pretty much our area of interest here. Unfortunately, I'm not in range of the convective models, so a little bit questionable as to what we could see still. I think tomorrow will give me a much better look. But yeah, pretty much anywhere from Sioux Falls all the way down towards Oklahoma City even. That's where the severe weather threat is. Even Des Moines, Iowa, you have to look out too. Omaha, Lincoln. Fort Smith looks like they're going to be outside of it. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get myself ready for. I'm trying to see what I'm gonna be eating for dinner tonight. Cause depending on how long this goes on for, at least when the stream's over, I'll probably be able to eat dinner. I had a little something before the start of the stream, but I'll eat something a little bit more hearty after the fact. Yeah, this is gonna end up slamming into this storm for sure. All right, watch it. But what weather app is he using? I'll probably be up tomorrow. Hey, Lex. Bye, Debbie. See you. Well, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. Oh gosh. Tell your friend to join our Discord server, Baconator, cause yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. If he's just showing temperature, come on now. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Lexi, but there's already been a report of baseball-sized hail here. It's over here towards Lexington, so yeah, might have foobarred that one. But if you're just joining in, that's fair. Oh, that's great to hear. That's great to hear. Yeah, that's the game that Mother Nature will play with you sometimes. Yeah, there hasn't been any confirmed reports of tornadoes. There is still a 5% area that's popped up here, but I think in the next little bit here we're going to start to see a downtrend here. There's been maybe like 2 tornado warnings the entire time I've streamed. Saturday is definitely going to, if there's any day you're going to want to tune in, it's going to be Saturday though. That could be a big one. Oh my god, he uses weather on iPhone. Oh my god. No. Yeah, tell him to join Discord, please, cuz he needs some help. He needs to be surrounded by people that are actually about the weather, cuz come on, man. I've seen weather on iPhone and it's nothing against Apple or anything like that, but weather on iPhone's junk. I'm just going to say it straightforward. You should at least be using something like WeatherBug or something. WeatherBug's actually pretty solid. That's what I use when I'm out and about. Yeah. Everything against Apple. Dang. Let it be known. Let it be known. But yeah, he should get weather bug. But yeah, I saw that I was watching Brandon's feed a little bit. He's trying to see what's going on with these southern storms. But I think the same thing's actually going to happen. It's going to be just like this parent cell here. A lot of these are going to end up merging and causing destructive interference. So it's a tough situation across the board here. Ah, good man, Baconator, using Weatherbug as well. Smart man. I like Weatherbug in particular because of the fact that it lets you know how far away lightning is from your area. Allows me to keep myself and my coworkers safe when I'm out and about. Because, of course, where I live, it's not flat like the plains, so I don't get to see cloud structures easily. I can still pick up on things, but knowing when things kind of develop quickly and I'm on the go really fast, it's better to have that update. Assuming your gender. Oh, brother, don't even start that stuff, man. Look. If you start that stuff, I'm timing you out. You're one of my mods. Shame on you for that. Apple compresses their photos, so when you text people instead of iMessage, they end up blurry because they're not actually holding themselves to the same standards as Android. Oof. They're made by Sony. Dang. Mic drop. That's what you call a mic drop moment right there. That's kind of messed up, man. The fact that they change it just so you can get an iPhone. I think if there's anything that I would have against iPhone, that's what it would be. Is that they try to push their own products so hard. It's kind of crazy though. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I'm not into the whole elitist mentality. I mean, I like what I like what I don't like. Like, as far as PlayStation versus Xbox, truthfully, I wouldn't mind both of them. In fact, at some point, I would love to get an Xbox so that way I can play the last Ace Combat game I would need to beat. But I can only play it on Xbox. But I bet you if I brought it around somebody like my brother or something, he would say, "You traitor." Yeah, I mean, PS4 is still, I think PS4, Xbox One, it's pretty close. I think with the graphics, Xbox One is won that battle, but as far as capabilities, I still think PS4 is just barely ahead of them. PS5, oh yeah, the pay to play was a bunch of crap. That's one thing I'm still kind of pissed about to this day. Yeah. And even then, the problem is the hackers are still pretty prevalent. So it's kind of a bummer still, but it is what it is. I mean, people are always going to hack no matter what. Once one person does it, they're going to show it to the rest of the world for money, and then yeah, it just all goes to junk. Can't wait till landscaping slows down so I can actually do some gaming. Yeah, I mean the cost of games plus actually just having the online option available, it's a bit much if you ask me. But yeah, I miss the golden age where we didn't have to pay for online play. That's kind of crazy to me. But I guess since the standard goes up eventually, it was going to happen. And here we go. Look at this. Just what I was talking about. More mergers happening. Really, I think the only cell that has a good chance right now is probably this one towards Ghost City, and even then, it just doesn't seem like it's in the best environment in comparison to these storms. These storms are doing much better. This one just hasn't evolved. I remember the one game I used to play on PS3 more than any other, Ace Combat Infinity. I was so sad when they closed those servers down. I mean, I was happy with Ace Combat 7, but to do the online co-op thing, Naval TDM, all that, that was awesome. So if anybody can share this to Bandai, definitely let them know, hey, man, Ace Combat 8, gotta have some of the qualities from Ace Combat Infinity for sure. Oh yeah, I still have Black Ops 1, actually. I was trash at zombies back then. I feel like I'm a lot better at it now, though. Welcome back, Baconator. But yeah, I used to love playing zombies. In fact, I hear Modern Warfare 3, the new one that they're going to bring out, is bringing back zombies. So you may see me actually start gaming a little bit every once in a while. Who knows? Maybe I might do a little thing on Twitch. I have an old Twitch channel that I don't really play on much, but who knows? Fetch me their souls. I tried to do Black Ops 4 Brutus there. Wasn't my best impression. I did beat almost all the Easter eggs on that game, though. Black Ops 4 is where I really came into my own on zombies, ironically, which is what a lot of people say is like the worst one as far as zombies is concerned. Oh, the mystery box. Oh boy, that brings back fond memories. Shoot, if I could, I'd love to play. I'd be ready to play again. Cause I think I beat almost everything except for classified. I was not doing that round 150 Easter egg. Well, I need to have a more suitable computer, I feel like, or more suitable, or more like a suitable motor before I start doing gaming on PC. Nah, that was 4. No, Kraken was BO4, I think, only. It was a Voyage of Despair. Oh my god, you just gave me PTSD with that. Oh my gosh. No offense to anyone here that served, by the way. But, dude, playing Black Ops 4, playing Voyage of Despair was awful. Blue screen central. What else? That Easter egg was the bane of my existence. Yeah, it was 4, though. Yeah, BO4 was the bane of my existence, though. Or at least Voyage of Despair was. Because that was rough. And it's ironic that it took me like almost a month to beat that one. Really, we're doing the funny bone? Hey, hold up, contingents. I have plenty of people in my family that serve, so I'm not gonna disrespect them. All right. You gotta respect. Like if you had family that was out there in the mess, that was in the soup, you know what I'm saying. Till we have a tornado warning. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, Brandon said it perfectly. Destructive interference is a big thing tonight. Or as Lex said, storms are getting married. Like if we could play the If we can play Here Comes the Bride here, I mean, shoot. The storm to the south doesn't look all that bad, though.
I'm not feeling it, so I'm gonna go target the single storm down here.
He finally went to that one. I knew he was gonna do it. I knew eventually he was gonna jump on it.
You know what? Screw it. I want to do it, even if it ends up being a bust. I want to give it a shot.
I knew he was gonna do it. I mean, come on. I mean, literally, these mergers here are killing these storms right here. There is a good bit of lightning with this, so it will increase in intensity a bit. Why do you wish you were a storm? Maybe I want to be a storm. Why can't we both be storms? I'm just kidding. But yeah, merger madness. Oh, you want to get married? That makes sense. Well, either way, well, it'll happen. Just give it time. Maybe we should all be storms. Probably not for too long. I don't think there's a very big window for these storms. And based off the meso discussions here, doesn't really show a lot of potential beyond this point. So pretty much depending on what this does over the next hour, might even hop off early. See you next time, Lex. Appreciate you stopping by. Baconator, what the heck, dude? Why do you want to... That's messed up, dude. That's a heck of an autocorrect. But yeah, I'll see you next time, Lex. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I think they're just going to go for this southern storm and see what happens. It wouldn't surprise me if it ends up being a bust, but it could also get into a more favorable environment because it is moving in the proper direction for it, at least. 10 minutes on this special weather statement, and then moving northeast at 15. All right. I got something in my eye, dude. I've had crap in my eyes all day because of work. Ugh. I'm not disappointed in anything. If anything, I'm tired. Shoot. Discuss it later. I'm trying not to dig out this eye booger in stream. Ugh. Damn. Really, you guys? Y'all want to start messaging me on Discord now? We will discuss this later. We'll discuss this later. Jeez. Yeah, I see your contingents. Okay, I'm getting 1,000 messages on Discord. Help. Help. You better not let that blood glucose drop, boy. That's all I will say. You quit being impatient. You'll be fine. You will be fine. But contingents, do you think that this is going to continue, this destructive interference like we've been seeing over here? Well, I mean, we started out with a couple tornado warnings, but lately it's been quiet. Stop with the messages, Baconator. I'm about to mute Discord entirely in a second here. Y'all tripping. I mean, there's still a chance of some stuff happening within the next little bit here, but it's kind of working. You know, it's kind of working. It's starting to get away from us. I'll put it that way. Don't tell me the messages either. Dang. Y'all are wild. The A on Alvin's shirt stands for alcoholic. Sheesh. What a mess. Better delete that. I'm here. I'm back. You're back, and also, yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say something silly, but I didn't really know what to say. Truthfully, though, I think this storm right here is the best shot we have here at maybe something forming. Maybe this one a little further off to the south of the warm front, but I think once we get past that warm front, we're starting to lose. We start to lose here, or has that warm front pushed further to the north? Because I don't even remember the last time this updated. Oh, it's been about 2 hours since it's updated here, nearly 3. Waiting for the new update to come in. What the heck? That's not even discernible, Baconator. That's not even discernible. And I'm not even going to try to discern it. How about that? I'm not going to try to read that. How about that? I am not going to put effort into giving myself a headache. Thick lip. No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say any of that, okay? I'm not repeating after you. I'm not doing any of this, alright? I'm about to put you in timeout. I'm about to time you out. How about that? Why? Why do you want me to time you out? Why do you want me to time you out? Are you okay? Is your BG good, bro? You out here saying some crazy stuff right now. I know that much. I don't really eat Wendy's that much. I'm not a fast food guy. I don't really eat too much fast food in general. I don't really get the time to, for one. Probably could eat it on Mondays. Oh, 117 blood sugar. I was about to say 17. Why are you even on here right now? You need to be at a hospital. You had a 17 for blood glucose. Oh, speaking of which, something that needs to be monitored a little bit more closely is this storm over here towards Gove City. It's looking better. Still not incredible. Not yet, but it's looking a little bit better organized. It's been taking its sweet time forming, that's all. Let's get a better look at it. Or not. Jeez, I thought this radar would be better because I thought it was closer. Guess not. Where's the radar I was looking at then? Guess Goodland's probably the closest one. Still getting its act together, I see. I guess I'll end that voting poll now, since we're at 35% on tennis ball size, even though a baseball size hailstone has been reported already. Dang, baseball size hail was the least voted one, and yet that was the one that actually won. But 17 votes is actually pretty good, folks. Thank you very much, by the way. Thanks for participating. Appreciate it. This storm also looks like it's starting to produce some bigger hail now, too. See that really bright reflectivity right here in the blue? It's a pretty good indicator of that. Might need to step away for just a minute just to ask a quick little question to the housemates real quick. Yeah, like I said, there's a pretty good chance of it being an MCS type event, and it could limit things. That's what I'm saying. If we get some good daytime heating, we could get going here, but there's also a lot of forcing, so it could be a very messy mode. Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that kind of goes into it. I think if there's going to be an enhanced risk, it's probably going to be for wind. It's definitely not like an ideal tornado setup, but it's not improbable to see tornadoes either. You could see a few, so it's going to be very questionable. Dang, 72 dBz. Some pretty high reflectivity there, for sure. Some pretty large hail here. Possibly developing in this area. Question is that making it to the ground? Yeah, but what I'm seeing on surface maps, though, or I wonder what contingents is finding on surface maps. When the lifting mechanism reaches the southeastern part of the watch, that's when you think there will be more tornado potential. Okay. It's this right here. But this only updates every 3 hours, which is kind of annoying. And it does take up a lot of screen space. Probably gonna, like, kind of toggle with it. It said 5 p.m. Now it's saying 2 p.m. Jeez. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that for a while. Yeah. it is hydrometer classification. I don't know why I haven't used that before now. It's the first stream I've actually used it. It's pretty cool. But I still like VIL a little bit more. It's a nicer look. Nice picture. And there it is for old time's sake. Shut up, Baconator. I actually gotta go to the bathroom real quick, if I'm being honest. A few months ago in stream, you weren't agreeing with me. Shut up, Baconator. Anyways, I gotta go to the bathroom really quick, guys. I will be right back. Ah, wrong scene. Alright, I'm back. Doesn't look like I've missed much. The MCS occludes that northern watch will continue to move southward. Okay. It'll continue to move southward. Hang on a minute. What? Oh, okay. Like, oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on her. Probably, I think right after about 10 is probably when things will start to kind of wither a bit. But we'll keep an eye on that one. Aw, no. Your little bean died, contingents. Your little bean is dying. Do I have Discord? Yes. You could type in exclamation Discord. I should have done that earlier, actually. But yeah. But yeah, type in exclamation point Discord. Should send you to the link, and then I'm also going to pin said link. So anyone that wants to join Discord, there it is right there on the top of chat. So it's a pretty small Discord group, but we do keep it updated. Yeah, it does look like there's some pretty explosive developments here. Because I remember Brandon was going pretty far to the south of that storm now, and now he's heading back towards it. So I was like, huh. And then of course, when I looked at, dang man, I got a lot of crap in my eyes. A lot of stuff, a lot of discharge coming out of my eye for whatever reason. I think I had anything that bad in my eye from work.
Get up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power. Sing holy, holy.
The horizontal line green pixels. Horizontal line of green pixels. Hang on a second. Let me get off Brandon's feed here for a sec so you can see what you're talking about. Huh. That might be a radar artifact. Yeah, it's artifact. Yeah, it's definitely artifact. It just popped up out of nowhere like that. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? But yeah, I see what you're talking about now, though. Yeah, it's probably artifact. It's just the way it just kind of popped up there and then just went back south out of nowhere like that. So yeah, that's artifact. But this storm does look like it's trying to get its act together again. This is the one that had the tornado warning earlier, but of course didn't produce. Well, it looks like Lexington's about to take another hit here. Ooh. Welcome back, Baconator. If you're hungry, you should eat something. There you go. Yeah, go ahead and get something to eat. Here's the new meso discussion that just got issued. So I'm going to look at it from Discord here. I'm going to switch over really quickly. Okay. So focused area severe risk remains along the Nebraska-Kansas border in northwest Kansas. Brief tornado, locally strong wind gust, and hail remaining possible until 9 Central, which is about probably a couple hours from now. Because it's currently 7:11 Central, so good hour and some change ahead here as far as this storm is concerned. Oh, hey, Cody. Thanks for joining Discord, by the way. I'm going to guess that was you, Dakota. Oh, wait. I did the wave thing twice. I don't know why I just kept that screen on Discord there. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, that's what our Discord looks like, by the way, to anyone that's also curious. Yeah, I've been watching it for a while. It was doing really well at one point, and then all of a sudden it just said, "Nah, I'm done, fam. I am done here. I'm checking out." I was like, "Dang." Oh, here's a couple other storms that are starting to initiate over here towards West Nebraska here. That's pretty interesting how they fired up like that. But yeah, that being said, the heck with y'all, man. I'm going to bed. Let me check. Let me check the analysis here. Maybe it'll work now. Cause it kind of downgraded on the time almost to like 2 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. So I was just like, dang, man, come on, work with me here. Okay, now it's back to the 5 o'clock one. 8 o'clock should have came in now though. I would have thought, but what do I know? Yeah, this definitely looks like the dry line here though. Looks like the activity in Texas has died out too. Oh, no, I had day 3 up still. Sorry, guys. Yes, work jacked me up a little first than I thought. Yeah, that's one thing I kind of pointed out this morning was the dew points were dew points were kind of interesting. Almost at it was like a really small corridor, and the corridor was more so towards central Nebraska. Next couple of days, the dew points look a little bit better, especially Saturday. Ooh, excuse me. Oof. Let's see what we got here with this cell right here. Let's see what Brandon is seeing. Probably a lot of lightning, but that's about it. Not a clear picture from him either. Do velocity on split screen. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Scroll back out a little bit. Well, there goes his feed. Dang it, I'm trying to get the radar to switch over here. Come on. Yeah, as far as velocity is concerned, there's something on the south side of this, but it just doesn't really look all that impressive. It looks like something could be there, but it looks so broad too. No, that's why I haven't really left that storm too much. Like I've always been kind of side eyeing it, but it'll show that for a minute and then it'll start to kind of come apart. But this could be the best window that it's had too, because it doesn't look like there's any cells that are about to collide into it for a bit. Yeah, I think this might be the window that this storm needs, because before it was just getting hammered by every new storm that popped up. $17 likes, by the way, guys. Thank you so much. Especially on a stream that's been rather slow. I just wanted to be here anyway. So I'm going to switch over to football here on my TV so I can watch the game. It does look like it's trying to form a little inflow notch here, actually, though, contingent. So can't rule out the attempt here. But like I said, this probably seems like the best window of opportunity for the storm to try and produce. Because if anything, once this tries to mature a little bit more, it's probably going to get merged. It's probably going to be another merge. You can kind of see it on velocity now, too. It's becoming a little bit more pronounced. If that can tighten up, though, that's definitely going to prompt a tornado warning for sure. Yeah. Question is also race. How long before these two end up merging? This is probably going to be the storm that we end up seeing here. And will we even see anything at all? That's the other question. Your parents are what? Your parents are going with you chasing? Well, that should be interesting. Y'all be careful, of course. Your parents are what with you chasing? Are okay with you chasing. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. It's sensible considering, you know, your uncle is who he is. I would say that makes sense. Trying to find the football game while I'm at it here. Sorry, folks. I think Brandon just reported some golf ball sized hail in Danbury. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me again. It's been a long day. Yeah, if it's going to do it, it's going to need to do it soon, though. It's clearing out that inflow notch very nicely. Almost perfectly to where Vince is. Dang it. Oh, I can't find the game right now. That sucks. Yeah, I've been noticing more of a trend with the lightning. First towards the center of the storm, and then more towards where that new area of interest has popped up. Question is, will it run out of time? Because once this hits, probably might see more destructive interference. That's been the trend all night. Of course, trends can be broken, so we're not downplaying this at all. Also, looks like the forward speed has increased a bit more. Or not. It's at 10 miles an hour still. It's not like it's that much faster. Excuse me, guys. Hey, tired. I've gotten pretty tired in the last little bit. Note of advice: if you look to do landscaping, be ready because the fatigue factor hits really hard. There we go. Yeah, so can I. I'm sure quite a few people could outrun this storm. Oh, excuse me. Still got to figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner. I just thought about that. I actually might need to take a moment real quick and go ahead and arrange that if it's at all possible. Yeah, I have something to go with that. I actually do need to go get it too. So I will be right back. No mukbang. That will not be tonight. I will be back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so looks like we haven't missed anything. That's great. I'd be so pissed if it did try to produce a tornado while I was away. Still struggling with clearing that area out for inflow. Yeah, I think that this is probably still not going to do much right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully everything's working. Yeah, it seems like it is. Or can you hear me? Everything's coming through loud and clear, right? Yeah, good. Yeah, it looks like this storm isn't going to really do much as far as tornado potential right now. Yeah, this is going to end up merging with it, and I think we're just going to get a repeat of what we've been seeing. If it's going to do it, it's probably got to do it in the next 5 minutes. Someone had wind damage in Gainesville. Another case of Florida magic, it sounds like. I've seen a lot of Florida magic this year. even when there's been no severe weather risk, there's been times where there's been odd tornadoes and yep, like I said, Florida Magic sounds like a prime example of that. If it's gonna do it, if this storm's gonna do anything, it's gonna do it quickly, and it probably might just last only 2 seconds. Oh, he's in the hail core. Oh my goodness.
Ow!
And he's outside.
As you guys can see, it destroyed my windshield.
Because of what they put in the hot sauce. Why else? That's a dumb question, man. Come on. I'm disappointed in you. Truly I am. Also, by the way, Baconator, pause. Yeah, that hail is no joke. He's getting clobbered right now. And there's the lightning to go along with it. Gotta love the Florida Magic, though. Gotta love the Florida Magic. Maybe that's why y'all have a basketball team called the Orlando Magic. Because of Florida Magic. Give me a sec to order my food. I probably will need to eat something soon, though. You got money to send for said food, and then maybe I can try and order it for you. I'm not rich. Not by any stretch. I'm just barely getting by myself. My rent just went up on top of all that. Otherwise, sure, I'd be happy to order you some food. Order from Chipotle. I wouldn't know what you want. And then I don't know if they have Uber Eats over there in Kansas. Should probably. You're near Kansas City, I would think. Oh, that's another interesting area right there. But that cell's gonna break into it. Tough game to be playing here today as far as storm chase. Anyone that will be trying to storm chase here is concerned. Super broad rotation, but it's pretty cool to watch this on reflectivity and both velocity here. You can see it clearly. There's some rotation there, but it's not going to be proficient at it's not going to be a prolific tornado producer at the moment. Inflow Notch is just having a little bit too much trouble. Nebraska tour possible? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that is what we were looking at. You know what? I'm not ordering you anything, Baconator. How about that? Out here. You order me something. You order you something. You have a phone. And you have money. Yeah, this does actually look pretty good now. And there's one behind it that kind of looks like it's rotating a little bit better as well. Oh yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, Lexi. We were really thinking maybe within the next hour or so that things were going to start to pick up, and we still are. You know what you need to do then, don't you, Baconator? You need to get yourself a little bank card or something, or a credit card. Besides, you're slowing me down from ordering my food anyway. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's. But question is, what kind of interference will it cause? That's the thing with that. Oh, there it is, the tornado warning, and now we can finally do this for the first time in a while. Here is the tornado warning for Gosper County? Yeah, I pronounced it right. Gosper County. This is 7 miles south of Springfield, west of Holdridge, moving east at 10 miles an hour. At snail's pace. Thankfully, this is going to be remaining over rural areas. That's a Trivium song, My Sickness Unto You, by the way. Maybe that wasn't the most appropriate thing, but yeah, if you're not a Trivium fan, you should be after that. Oh, you're good. You're good. You don't have to apologize. And there's the notification from Discord about the tornado warning. You've had a messed up couple of weeks. Well, yeah, being sick isn't fun. I can tell you that firsthand. So, yeah. Yeah, you're forgiven though. It's nothing for you to worry, nothing for you to apologize for. What temperatures am I having at night? I don't know. I hope that Brandon Soller doesn't get sick. You shouldn't have a problem, I would think. But what kind of temperatures am I having at night, Beck? Usually averaging about maybe 60 degrees, close to sometimes near like 59. Right now it's about 71, dropping. Sorry about the wait though, you guys. Okay, here comes this other storm here. It's about to make that little merger, so that's the lead singer of Atreyu. That was who she went to go see live recently. Oh, I didn't. I didn't. I don't think I told anyone, but yeah, I do remember. Do remember you mentioning it. But yeah, Vince. Brandon's a madman for going through that hail core. This is probably going to be a very quick tornado. It's going to be super brief. Alright, now I just gotta send the message so that way it can get ordered. Storm splitter happening. Which one are you referring to? Is it going to be this one right here to the south? Because that's what I'm betting on right there. If that storm splitter happens, even with this little small cell merger right here, I think this could really have some. I think this has a decent ceiling. Could be a prolific tornado producer if anything. And then on top of that, we got a chaser right in the perfect spot to catch it too. (5122) meso strength. Where'd you? Oh, that must be a radar scope thing. I need to. That's one thing I'm probably going to be getting soon. I wanted to get it, but I really need to get a second monitor before I do that. Just as I thought, radar scope thing. Cat has over a zillion whisker strength. Get right. Jeez, such hostility. Such hostility. All right. So food should be set to go now, and then also we have the game going on while we're covering severe weather. It's a good night. It's a good night. Let's just hope that these tornadoes remain over rural farmland and affect absolutely no one. That would be the last piece to the puzzle here. And perfect timing, honestly, with this one. Well, actually, this is right outside the meso discussion. Isn't that something? I'm back. Hi, Bach. What is the next composition that you have for us, Bach? I think it's hard not to like Bach, to be honest. If only I could play a composition from Bach without being demonetized, then I would play your song, Bach. Oh no. No, Baconator, you can't do it. You are the last one on here. I'm just kidding. It'll be called Storms 2024. Yeah. He's uncultured. Well, Contingent sent me some lo-fi one time that I played on stream, and apparently the next day when I looked on my analytics, it said copyright claim still. So I'm like, well, dang, I can't play anything, can I? I can't even trust even the smallest of things. You mean cultured? It's called classical music, Baconator. You gotta learn, man. You gotta learn. You gotta find some taste. Okay? No with a twist would be absolutely amazing. I'd be interested in that too. Yeah, I think this one's already died out pretty much. Just as quickly as that popped up, it was just as I was expecting it to be. For a moment, it would produce a tornado, and then it was going to die out. But this southern cell looks like it might have some promise to it. Oh, it happened to you too, Buster? Yeah, that's what happened to me too. I was like, wait, what the heck? Yeah, I was told yeah, like exactly. So, I mean, I want to trust playing classical. I wouldn't mind. But, man, also, hello, Buster the Cockatoo. It's been a long time. Should be more active on social media, but with the way work has been and just work on extra stuff for the channel, it's been kind of tough. No, I will not play Furry Baconator. Go to your room. But yeah, YouTube is like super edgy when it comes to playing music unless it's your own. I mean, I understand the people that made it should get their money's worth, but, you know, yeah. What is a message I just got? Weird people calling my phone. Nah, that hasn't been copyright, but if you play it directly from like YouTube, apparently that's I don't know. But yeah, like I remember one of the lo-fi links that you had sent me from YouTube itself, that's what caused it, which is really crappy. But no, when I played it from SoundCloud, no problems. It's so strange. Moldy Wart. Oh man, I forgot about that person. To be honest, he could have. Who knows? But I doubt it. To be honest. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't understand that being a content creator is it's not all fun and games. Not at all. It's a grind. Either I slam the jams or either I slam the jam or jam the slam. Jeez, I'm tired. Yep, I'm tired. Can't even read properly anymore. Either I slam the jams or jam the slams or I get banned. Yep, I'm tired. Sorry, contingents. You can put that one in bloopers for sure. If you end up having an epic fail, you might end up on the blooper video at the end of the year. Get blooped. Get blooped. That's the saying. What's the FYI, Beck? Storm looks like it's trying to surge again. Oh, thank you, Beck. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a bunch. Looks like that baby storm is getting ingested. I'm not doing no vocals today. I'm too tired. It's probably as good as it would sound right now. Wouldn't sound vengeful at all. I'm just trying to keep myself hydrated. Baby stormed. Oh no. I guess the new competition now would be is How many renditions can we make for this baby storm that's getting ingested here? And then this other one here as well. I would love to try and do it. I'm so tired too. That's the only problem. Dang. So that tornado warning has been allowed to continue onward. Or that tornado warning continues, I should say. And then the slight risk persists in both areas over towards Texas, Oklahoma, and also over towards Nebraska and Kansas. That's what those Discord notifications are, if anyone's wondering, by the way. I don't think I have your IG. Thanks, Buster. See you later, Beck. Hope you enjoyed Bach. Wish I could play it. Yeah, I can't. I couldn't pull up Freddy's stream because I could probably get claimed and probably have my stream taken down. Otherwise, I'd be happy to have him on here. You have to get clearance from that person, and even then, there's still a chance that you could get your stream taken down. So, unfortunately, I could not pull up his feed. Plus, I could also get sued for it. So, best to avoid it, unfortunately. It sucks. Yeah, it's the same thing with Vince Welty on here as well. It's a little different for the guys that are on the Radar Omega app, but Vince in particular is like really like hardcore about that. So, yeah, Brandon hasn't necessarily mentioned it, so I don't think it's necessarily a thing for him as much, but Vince, yeah, he specifically mentions that, hey, no one should be restreaming my stream or putting up the stream on any of their live feeds unless they're cleared by me. So, not going to be disrespectful to them. Besides, they definitely earn every little bit of what they get from people, if not more, honestly. That's just my personal opinion. Buster's headbang. Oh, I can't wait to see that. I would love to see that. Wait a minute. I might have actually seen that video. I've seen a video of a cockatoo headbang. Could that have... It went viral. Could that have been Buster by any chance? If so, that's unbelievable that you've actually found my channel somehow. Even if it hasn't, still the fact that you found my channel is incredible. Just the fact that the channel gets found at all, I'm super pumped about, even when I think about it all. Whether I've got 10 people watching or 50. I'm just happy for what I get, honestly. But yeah, thanks for all the support so far today, especially. It's been an interesting stream for sure. But yeah, I mean, if I could, I'd love to get Freddy up here, though. But I remember seeing one cockatoo on social media that's been going viral for headbanging. I think it was the one song that... I think it was that one song that goes, "Disrespect your surroundings." But when that breakdown hits, that cockatoo went crazy. And I loved it. Mr. Highway's thinking about the end. A day to remember. Yeah, I can never remember the title of that song, even despite how popular it is. Like I could never remember. Just shows how bad my memory actually is sometimes. Not my proudest moment. Definitely will admit. The first two LPs were good. Yeah, I saw a little bit of I heard a little bit of a Day to Remember, not too much, but like as they progressed onward, I kind of been like, eh. mm, I know how that is. So, thankfully, a lot of my favorite bands have stayed pretty steady. There's been a handful that have kind of fallen off. A lot of that happened more my senior year in high school. Oh wait, those are lyrics. Daggone it. Yep. Curse my fatigue. Wait, hang on a minute. This this cell right here actually might help with this storm's interference. It could become destructive interference, maybe. We'll see how it plays out, but it does look like that inflow notch is cleared up a little bit. Just interesting. That's gonna make things very. It's gonna make things look. That's gonna make things maybe a little bit more favorable. Who knows? Only problem is I can't get a view of this storm, cause I think Vince is having data trouble right now. And I am not going to the no-no square, or the no-no circle in this case. Feed me! That's what the storm is saying. Feed me! Well, dang. This storm just fizzled out as quickly as it flared up. Not surprised by that at all. I was kind of expecting it, but still. Excuse me. Dang, yawning so much. It's trying, but I don't think it's going to do it yet. The third A Day to Remember album had a couple of bangers. I never could really get into A Day to Remember. I just never could. There were a few songs I liked, but I was just like, eh. I think by that point, by the time it was introduced to me, I was just kind of into a lot more of the heavier, more extreme metal. Still am now, but I think I've kind of mellowed out a little bit, at least leaning more towards stuff like Before the Dawn. Like I really like Before the Dawn, as I've really been listening to a lot of Before the Dawn as of late, especially the last couple of albums. Ooh. The titles with A Day to Remember are like one of the things that kind of caught my eye more than anything. It's definitely unique. You be Tails, I'll be Sonic. That's funny. Well, there goes that rotation. So what's left other than this storm? Excuse me. Yeah, that merger's happening, but I don't think it's going to be constructive interference. Yeah, based off the lyrics, I can kind of tell that he's not the most mature person. Nothing against his character necessarily, but yeah, his lyrics are not mature. Oh, hey, Wills, long time no see. Hey, man. Hippocrates. Hypercraps. Uh-oh. This is just going to turn into some madness in chat here. I get the feeling, and I'm for it. Keep it interesting. While we wait to see what happens with this storm, but I'm kind of thinking that this one might not have too much of a chance here. Wendy's is back. Yeah. I'm glad you did miss us. We thought you weren't going to. Nope. Hydrocats. I think they will be getting along a little bit too well with Thundercats. I think that would be really dangerous if those two interacted with one another. You shut up. Hampercarps. Is that a type of fish? Baconator wants fish, but he's a part of Wendy's. That's not their wheelhouse. He should stay out of that. Why is the right funny bone so special? And you're not getting my right funny bone. You just label it as such. And if you do that, I'm timing out all of your accounts. Hamster champs. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. Okay, so hamster champs would be Fight Club. Even though we can't talk about Fight Club. That's the first rule of Fight Club. Which we've already broken anyway by saying don't talk about Fight Club, because we're still talking about it anyway. Hopper chops. Is that what the broken down version of that one car off of BMG Drive is? Hyperclots are what's going to happen to Baconator if he keeps eating Wendy's. Oh, dang. Baconator's been eliminated. You doomed us all. Oh man, this is funny. This is entertaining. Pause. Pause. Nope. Screenshot it, contingents. Put it on bloopers, or better yet, clip it. Put it on bloopers. It's gotta happen. We have to make it happen. Nope, it's too late, Baconator. It is too late. Nope. It is forever ingrained in our memory, and the story will be told. Hardy clams. uh, Dang it. I actually am kind of drawing blank on that one. Since we're playing a game, or this has turned into a game. Heady yams. It isn't Thanksgiving yet, okay? It's a nice little light show here. Oh, hang on a minute now. She's trying again. Just needs to get its act together a little bit more. The rotation still is not super impressive, but it looks better than it has. So that's the hipster version of Great Clips. Ooh, that's a nice catch. Heavy crimes. So would that be a situation in which you drop where you would go to like a landscaping or a hardscape shop and you just get like a bunch of gravel or something and dump it on someone's roof? That's what I would do. That's what I would call heavy crimes. Or you just get like a little hardscape tree and you just like dump it in their yard and say, "Here you go." It's when you steal a whale. Sheesh, that is a heavy crime. Because you pretty much have to have a crane just to lift him, and then dump him on a house, just like off of GTA or something. Ty, it's sprinkling. Well, then go back inside. It's sprinkling. It won't kill you. The lightning might, if there is lightning. Get your behind inside. Pause. What's happening in Lebanon? Just, it's trying to do a thing. I'm pretty sure it's trying to do a thing. I'm very convinced that it is. But the question is, will it? It wants to. It definitely wants to. Lebo. Where's Lebo? Where's the one? Where do you see Lebo at? Is it where I was just looking? I mean, it has been a while. I almost want to ask, but I don't want you to get in trouble either. If it, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think it's bad? Like, how bad do you think it is? So, like a 15? Is it? If it's like a 12, I can accept it. I will not. You have my word. I will not read the next message out loud. I will not. You have my word. But yeah, what did you see in Lebo? Oh, I think you have said this before. God dang it. Ah, dang it. Contingents, I'm disappointed in you for saying such things. I'm also disappointed in you, Lexi, for saying that. It's messed up. It's funny. You don't need to get it. You're too young. You're too young, Baconator. It's best if you don't get it. No, he's 4. He's a 10 and a 4 and a 1 and a 6 and a 5 and a. Hey, contingents. Out of 10, obviously. I'm 11-7. Or is it 1911-12? If somebody doesn't get that, I'm going to be very disappointed. Especially you, Lex. You should get that one. 1911-12. Contingents, don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, Sasquatch Summer. Long time no see, bud. I don't think I've seen you since the Hillary stream. Or maybe it was the other one. Maybe it was Idalia. It's gonna be a sassy Squatch Summer. Yeah, it is SpongeBob 1911-12. I forget which episode, unfortunately. But that was one of the funniest episodes. Uh-oh. Hang on now. Might need to put on a more serious face here. Because over towards this Lebanon storm here is starting to look a little bit better now. Looking a heck of a lot better than it did before. Know what? To being grounded for saying such a thing? And then Sasquatch says yes. There we go. It's gonna be a sassy Squatch Summer. Do you agree or disagree? Maybe that should be a poll, a voting poll right there. Yeah, it was a Mermaid Man and a Barnacle Boy episode, though. You are right about that, Lexi. I just cannot remember which one it was exactly. I think it was like the first one I'd watched, though. But you can't ask me what order it was in or which. Yeah. It's crazy how I remember that. When you go outside, no, you do not. And that's also a pause, Baconator. I don't know why I thought Aqua Boy. When you go outside, you get wet because of rain. Pause. You finna learn today. You like the idea that a real Sasquatch appeared. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, everything. No, Ed Nettie was. No, Ed Nettie was a lot of the childhood too. Rain isn't what. Oh no. Oh no. It's lightning. I know. Yeah, I used to love Rocco's Modern Life when it was around. It's a shame that that show got canceled. The things that water touches, it's wet. Oh no. And it is at this point where Baconator's mind will be forever ruined. Well, odds are we're probably not seeing a tornado now from this. It could drop one maybe, but you're not going to see from these guys anymore. Water makes whatever it touches wet. She does have a point. Oh God, are we about to really have a debate about this? Wow, I have so much discharge coming out of my eye. It's not even funny right now. It's crazy. Dry ice is a solid gas. You're a solid gas. All of you are solid gases. I saw that, Baconator. And you know what I gotta say to that? You know what? Get wrecked. Pause. Contingents. Dang, she got y'all, man. She got y'all. Take that. So, I guess since there's a few people on here, I guess I'll make this real quick. Or I'm gonna try to, if this doesn't happen any sooner. Here we go. Dang. Somebody says it doesn't. Another person says. What do they say? What do the people say? 10 minutes. Now, okay, it's a nice even spread here. 30 minutes. I'm gonna consult my terminal. Oh God. Said water makes thing. Oh, we are really having a whole debate on this. Wow. We are really having a whole debate on this. Isn't this something? Oh my God. No, no one is going to help you here. So I think the consensus here, even though it's only 4 of you, will say 30 minutes before this gets a tornado warning. I'm gonna lean towards 10. Hello, George. We will be safe. However, I will say that I don't think any of us that are on chat right now are in there. Hopefully, you aren't in the line of fire with this storm here. Does this have a tornado possible tag on it even at this point? Your terminal says water is wet. Ah, you're in Ohio, George? That's good. Things are pretty calm over there from the looks of it. Maybe a couple of thunderstorms at best. But for the most part, you should be good over there. So you should be pretty calm. Oops, wrong state. Yeah, pretty calm tonight. Watch, the second I zoom out will probably be the moment it gets a tornado warning. With my kind of luck. Or I can't find the radar site. Dang it. There we go. Pause, pause, and pause, you guys. What the heck? No, that is not what you said, contingents. Pause is what I said, though. I do know that. It is Pauseville over here. Just like I said it. I win. Oh my God, you guys. You guys are still going on about this water is wet debate. No, people, do not feed into this. Out of all the other people that are here watching. This conversation has made me dumber. Watching this conversation has just left me like, I don't know about this anymore. Thing is, this is like an age-old debate too. This has been a thing for like the longest time. Shut up. Shut up, Baconator. Okay, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Oh God, not this again. Not this again. You know what came first? The Big Bang. The Big Bang happened and a chicken just randomly appeared. That's my argument, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I'm gonna say. The Big Bang happened and the chicken randomly appeared, just like a random Pokemon. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. The Big Bang happened and chickens, chicken. I can't do the Ed voice from Ed, and Eddie, so yeah, that's all you get from me. Uh-oh. So it looks like this is starting to go linear again. Maybe. Yeah, that little inflow draw is closing back up. I'll be back with more chaos afterwards. The stream may not last that much longer because I think this storm has lost its shot. It gave it a really good college try, but man, I think we've lost our opportunity here. If it does it like at 11 o'clock, I'm going to be pissed. Shut up, Baconator. It's not. No, we're not continuing this argument. Arise, chicken, arise. It was forming a hook. No, it's not forming a hook anymore. Not right now. I mean, well, actually, it kind of could. It could. It has a shot, but it's not a great shot. The further off to the north it gets, the less favorable I'm thinking it's going to be. Stop it. Oh my gosh. This is funny. This has been entertaining. Uh-oh. Good job, Walter. Good job, Walter. Maybe AMC will call you back for another season. It would be nice. I don't know if you know the street slang for that, and it's probably better that you don't. So, yeah. Like I said, Walter, I think AMC's calling you for another season. The fans are definitely calling you for another season. I do know that. There are fans that are calling you for another season. Let's see. It's trying to. It definitely is trying. I'm just surprised at how messy these storms have gotten. These storms were throughout the day here. I was expecting something way more photogenic. There's like a bunch of different names for it, and I'm not going to mention here on stream. In fact, we will probably end that conversation now. Starting now. Yeah, there we go. this isn't turning into much of a football game now. It's turning ugly. See, new hook. Towards the tail end? Maybe. Okay, contingents. It's a talon. I'm gonna show you. Man, where's my food at? Did they? I wonder if the order went through at all. I'll be right back. I shall return. Well, my order didn't go through. There's only one thing to do for that. No! That probably scared some people. 5 subs lost. It's called a power shower. You never heard of those? You must learn not to be wasteful, little fledgling. It's trying to. It's trying. That's why I'm still sticking with it, not saying screw it, I'm ending the stream. If I wanted to end the stream, I probably would. But I'm kind of curious of that. Actually, I have heard something about it. I haven't looked into it thoroughly. But I kind of got into Breaking Bad really late. still need to catch back up on everything with The Walking Dead. I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't really watched much of The Walking Dead in the last 10 years since, you know, Pops. But anyway. Well, here's the thing with that. It's a Vice documentary on the real Walter White. My question is, did he really end up... Wait, I'm not going to say that on stream. Okay, so... I don't know. This one looks interesting. This might be the opportunity it needs. Ooh, it's pretty too. Oh, if there's another season you want it to be about Mike and Lala. It'd be interesting. I want to see a season about Mike. I'd want to see a season about Mike. Walter was actually a really good pianist? That's cool. Mike and Nacho. There were a lot of interesting characters in that show. And everybody got wrecked in that show in the end. But of course, that's how you gotta end it when you're in that kind of game. Oh, you were saying that. Okay. Wow, they're driving right into that with those bikes. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. They're driving right towards it. Yeah, that makeup for Gus's explosion was exquisite. That was insane. See, the thing is with you making that up earlier, Contingents, now I don't know if there's really that much validity behind what you're saying here. I figured you did. It was a good attempt, though. There's the typical Baconator typos. Those are the typos we all know and love. Well, maybe not love, but they're there. Screenshotted. Contingents. Maybe you should stop, because this time, because I don't know, 3 strikes you're out, man. Anything that's more than 3 corrects for you is pretty bad. I know. We know you made that up. We know you made that up. Are you guys enjoying the lightning? Is Ivy enjoying the lightning as she says meow?
We'll switch the cameras up. Hopefully you guys can see it.
Aw. Ooh, thunder. Love it.
There it is. That's the back window.
Oh, no.
We're in the outer circulation of what I thought was a tornado, and there was one reported. And I believe it was a rogue softball. I heard it hit the back window.
Oh, man.
But completely shattered the back window. Starlink survived, but a lot of my antennas did not make it. But yes, completely shattered this back window.
Wow, he needs a new... Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Hello, Isaiah. Long time no see. I was about to say, was there about to be a tornado siren? Oh, there goes that hook. But dang, dude. Just a reminder what it's like out here. Why'd you delete that? You know what? I'm about to put Baconator in time.
Yes, that was definitely incredible.
You didn't need to delete that. Why did you delete that? That wasn't even anything bad. So to the 50% that actually voted that it doesn't produce a tornado, doesn't prompt a tornado warning, you're right. Good call. Because that one was put up, what? Almost 30 minutes ago. You go out here deleting stuff that don't need to be deleted. Hush. No, it shows that you deleted.
Whew, my goodness. What a day. Well, if I'm going to keep chasing, which I intend to, I need to work on getting this back window.
Yeah, you gotta do something about that back window, though.
All set.
I'll just call it in just to save face. Hey, look, it happens to the best of us, okay? Nah, this thing's done. It's about to ingest this storm, and then the storm behind it, and then the storm behind it, and it's just gonna be like, no. The Walt Shopvac is the least of his worries.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to laugh right now. This, I'm sorry, this is just absolutely hilarious. Oh my gosh, why
Dang, that sucks.
I'm sorry, guys, I could not help but laugh right now.
That's true. Yeah, but if he's gonna chase though, that interior is done. But dang, so that's when you got stalled out earlier in the stream. I just realized that.
Gonna want to tape this up here real quick in a minute.
Dang.
I'm gonna have to go to like a place to.
Yeah, I mean it would help clean up the glass. But if he's gonna keep on chasing tonight, though, he probably should get like
Where'd my AT&T phone go?
probably find a way to at least tape up that window so that way he can not be soaked at Kingdom Come. But nah, I don't think a bulletproof winch. Oh, maybe it probably would have stopped the hail, but even then, you know how much money that cost? Oh no, I didn't hear that phone call. Aw. He's a good dad, I can tell. If it doesn't get warned in the next 10 minutes, hey, look, welcome to my world. It's happened to me plenty of times, okay? Alright, we'll stay on another 10 minutes for contingency's ego. Let's see. Oh, that kind of seemed mean now. I kind of feel bad for saying that. Oh man. So I guess now we're getting ready to gear up for the next day, which is tomorrow, where there's another slight risk. It happens, man. There's no reason to dwell on it. Cause I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen at some point. Look, it's inevitable. So don't be down on yourself. That's all I'm gonna say there. Cause you've seen how I get. What the heck? Oh, that's why.
All right, guys, I gotta clean up this back window real quick.
Okay. So if you're wondering why the screen just brightened up on my side, it's because I was looking at the SBC outlooks here. I'm gonna take Brandon's feet off of there, of course. You just really played up the pirate joke. Fair enough. It was AWD. Wait, what? I saw that message, Lex. What was that? Why y'all like retracting messages so much, huh? Why do y'all like retracting messages so much? All right, we're going to take a quick look at this, and this has gotten interesting here. Particularly because, well, this is going on right now. Oh, you messed it up. Okay, well, that's more understandable. But we have this tropical disturbance off the east coast here. It's going to be affecting the Carolinas. Tropical storm warnings in effect. Even though there aren't any tropical storm force winds right now. Looking at the warnings, I want to look at static images. But looking at the warnings, though, it looks like North Carolina in particular could be another point of interest. Oh, AWD and FWD. I actually don't know if I'm being honest, don't know what that means. The dealership lied to him. What the heck? Dang, man. It's kind of messed up. But anyway, this is slated to probably end up becoming Ophelia. I think that's how I pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. But there's Ophelia, and then there's probably another storm that's going to be named after that. This is what's going to be left of nodule soon, as it's expected to go post-tropical probably within the next day or so, honestly. Probably within the next 12 hours. All-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. Ophelia. Yeah, I think it's Ophelia. But yeah, this one's going to probably end up becoming Ophelia. And why I make mention of this is if you look on the Storm Prediction Center page for tomorrow, slight risk now has been issued on the coast of North Carolina. This includes a 5% tornado threat, which is interesting there. And then, of course, we have 2%er over here, over towards South Dakota and Nebraska. Wind threat is marginal with the potential Ophelia threat, and then, of course, the 5% area for wind and hail. Well, 15% for hail right here. Oh, your dad's a car nerd. Makes sense. But, yeah, it still looks like we're far from finished here. So, it's going to be an active couple of days here for sure. Sunday's still a little bit questionable. From days 4 through 8. We'll have to see how things play out with that. But with the way the weather pattern looks, I would anticipate at least maybe one, maybe two more live streams by the end of the weekend. By the end of this weekend. And then after that, who knows what the future holds. But that being said, that's been 10 minutes here. So big rip to Contingent's ego. Worst case scenario, man, this happens. So don't be upset. It happens to me a lot too, so yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I actually remember that instance too. I don't think we were able to go live for that one either. Hopefully we can go live for this one. At least try to catch those storms. Kind of want to look at the storm on satellite, if anything. Moving at 7 miles an hour. I think we should be able to have a shot at it unless it speeds up dramatically. Which, based off of the messages here, I'm not seeing a whole lot of indicators for that occurring. Detailed definition. No, that's not what I'm looking for. But yeah, after I read this right here, I'm going to take one last look at the radar after that and probably call it a night. Alright. Good night, contingents. We'll see you soon, bud. We'll probably be back on here tomorrow. We will probably be back on here tomorrow. Almost certain of it, really. In fact, I'm so certain of it, I've actually put in the orders for my groceries to come in tomorrow instead of actually going out to get them like I normally would. Hope those guys don't screw it up either. That would really upset me. But yeah, it looks like Friday afternoon's going to be the time there. Ooh, got a date. Oh, hopefully it goes well. Hopefully you have a good time. But doesn't look like I can find too much more in the way of info on this right now. This is the Spanish key messages. But anyway, congratulations on the date. I'm going to call it a night here, get something to eat, and then go to bed. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night. Thanks to everyone who's liked, comment, subscribed tonight, and I'll have a video up in the morning. But until that time, it has been Tire Metalhead Weatherman. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good night. Horns up.